How y'all doing today? This your boy Chine with All Hands Boxing. This is one of my first videos I'll be putting on YouTube. Gonna be here talking about a lot of boxing things in boxing. I'm new to this kind of stuff, so take all my mistakes for love. Just got done watching Haney fight again for the second time. The first time I watched it with audio, I thought it was 6-6. I thought Haney won the 5 out of the first 6 rounds. I thought he lost 7, 8, 7 through 11, and I thought he won 12. So it was 6-6, but as I watched it again last night with no audio, I had it 7-5 Haney. So, I mean, it could have went either way. It was a good fight. But, you know, I think that boxing just setting up everything for Tank Davis and Haney probably going to fight at 140. Maybe. I don't know. But it was a good fight. It was two good dudes who got great skills. Loma, he still has good skills. Haney, good skills. I thought he did good with the body work. I thought Loma was landing that straight left at will in the second half of the fight. It was just a good fight. Two dudes that know how to box. Two dudes that know how to put on the show. And they didn't let us down. I say this year, the second time, I know David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, I think their beef was like 5 years. They didn't let us down with that one. And this one was about 4 years. They didn't let us down with that one. So, I mean, you holding these fights up for a long time, but, I mean, when they do happen, these fights did live up to the hype. Now, what do I think Haney should do next? Take some rest, take some time off, go back to the gym, get some more head movement, I think. I like the way he was pivoting around Lomachenko. When Lomachenko was trying to throw combination, he was ducking and pivoting. I kind of liked that from Haney. You know, he got close inside and he pivoted out, you know what I'm saying? He got close again, he pivoted. I think he got a little tired in the second half of the fight, and Lomachenko was able to catch up with him. But I like the footwork that Haney was using in that fight. But I think he needed a little bit more head movement. I think he needed to figure out how to fight southpaws better, because it seemed like he just having trouble with them. And the fight Tank Davis, who was a southpaw who got a one-hitter quarter, like everybody say, I mean, you're going to have to do it a little bit better than that, my brother. Nah. We got a lot of fights coming up. Fights that I'm interested in. We got Carissa Shields. She fighting Hannah Gabriels for the second time. I'm interested in that. Only because Gabriels dropped Shields the first time, and I was like, whoa, that kind of caught me off guard. So it kind of got me interested again to see it again. Week after that, we got Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. I only seen Josh Taylor fight maybe 2 times. I didn't fight Regis Prograis, and I seen him fight the last guy he fought, Jack Catterall. He didn't look that good against Jack Catterall. He really didn't look that good against Regis Prograis to me, but if Teofimo Lopez ain't got his confidence back, I think Josh Taylor gonna wash him, because, you know, Josh Taylor the type of fighter, you can't go in there with no lack of confidence. I see that. I can tell that much. You gotta have your confidence at the peak to fight somebody like him. And what I seen with Teofimo Lopez against Sandor Martin, man, he had won the fight, and he was in there like, Dad, do I belong here with these guys? And I'm like, God damn, boy, you don't do that shit out there in the rain. Go to the back and do that, bro. You let the whole world see that, not nobody got no faith in you. And I'm just thinking, I hoping that he got his confidence back. And maybe if he had his confidence back, this fight will live up to some of the big fights we had so far this year. Now, on All Hands Boxing, we're not talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford at all, unless they're going to fight. We don't, on All Hands Boxing, we talk about people that's fighting. It don't matter if it's Joe Smith and Billy Graham, if they fighting, that's what we talk about on All's Hand Boxing. We don't talk about people that's not fighting, people that's beefing for years, and we don't talk about that. Then we got next week we got the rematch of Laura and Wood. I didn't even see the first one. I just saw the highlights. I might check that out only because it's a rematch, and some people I talked to said it was a fluke. So I don't know. I'm gonna check that one out. Now the fight that I'm looking forward to, they saying it's happening in July. It is Cool Boy Steph, and I can never pronounce the dude's first name, but anyway, the Japanese monster. Some people call him that. That's the fight I'm looking to. I think that's gonna be a high level fight. I think it's gonna be a lot of punches thrown. I think we're gonna see a new way in a little trouble. I think we're gonna see Cool Boy Steph in a little trouble. It's just gonna what man can overcome the trouble and rise to the occasion and get the job done. That fight very 50-50. But that's the fight that I'm mostly looking forward to out of all the fights that's coming up. Now, back to what I was saying about Devin Haney. Devin Haney, I mean, he should rest right now. I mean, you just fought Lomachenko. I mean, he's not greater than Ali and Sugar Ray and all them. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, that's just ridiculous, Mr. Bob, that you said something like that. But I still respect you though, Bob, because you have made a lot of great fights. But if I was Devin Haney and I was gonna move up to 140, I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look at it again. But I think if you were a champion at one weight division, you can move up and challenge another champion at another weight division. I would instantly move up and challenge Romero. Hey, bro, man, you got to get it on. I think Devin Haney will walk through Romero. I think he could beat Rolly. Take that 140-pound belt. And if not Devin Haney, somebody in the 140-pound division got doing like this right now. They doing like this. They like, ooh. Shit. When I seen Rolly win that belt and I found out that was the real belt, I was like, you know what? Shit, I might lose 60 pounds and try to challenge this motherfucker. Cause I seen somebody say somebody in the comments one time, that's the lick. Rolly Romero, he the lick. If I was a 140 pounder, man, I'd be trying to get me a Rolly Romero fight. But I think Devin Haney should, that's another thing he should do. You can go from being undisputed, move up to 140, beat Rolly Romero, take that little 140 belt from him, and now you the man. After you do that, man, I'm just thinking about something too. Devin Haney moved up to 140. Josh Taylor beat Teofimo Lopez. He fight Teofimo Lopez. Josh Taylor. He could fight the boy from Houston. I think he's from Houston. Or maybe from New Orleans. Regis Prograis. He could fight Ryan Garcia. Rolly Romero. He got some names up there that he could fight. I mean, I wouldn't say Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero is some big ass names, but I mean, them other guys like Taylor and Prograis and guys like that, I think he got some big fights with them. I think them would be big fights. So if I was Devin Haney, I'm with the 140. I'd try to get me a Rolly Romero fight. I mean, I don't know how easy it is to do. You know, it's so difficult in boxing. Then again, it might take 5 years for him to fight. You know, so it's very difficult in boxing to get the fights that you want if you ain't on the same side of the street. So Now he could fight Shakur Stevenson. I know they on the same side of the street. I heard the kid who fought Lomachenko last, Jermaine Ortiz, saying that Devin Haney would be easy work for him. I'd like to see that. Jermaine Ortiz versus Devin Haney. I'd like to see that Jermaine Ortiz versus Shakur Stevenson. Two young guns get in there. Both of them kind of athletic. All three of them dudes athletic. So I think them be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Shakur don't get a title shot, I like to see him fight Jermaine Ortiz. I mean, I wouldn't even mind seeing him fight Lomachenko. I mean, that'd be a good fight. But, you know, we'll see what goes along. It's just my opinion. Most of the things I've been saying on my channel, which is All Hands Boxing, don't forget that, All Hands Boxing. We don't discriminate on race. That's why we say all hands, white, black, Asian. If you throw in hands, you accept it over here. You like to see people throw hands, you accept it over here. We don't do no fanboying. We don't do no emotional invested into no damn fighters. If you like a fighter, cool. But you ain't got to insult nobody because they don't like your fighter or they say something about the fighter that you like and all that. We don't do that over here. We pledge allegiance to boxing over here. I pledge allegiance is to boxing over here. I'm going to say that one more time. I pledge allegiance is to boxing over here. Nothing else. If dudes not fighting, we not talking about them. If they just got done fighting, we ain't talking about them. If they ain't got no fights coming up, we don't want to know nothing about them. We don't know about their personal life, what they got going on in the court system, who they sleeping with, how many people that they hang around. We don't care. As long as if it ain't talking about boxing, then we don't talk about it on this channel. Because boxing is my second favorite sport behind football. I'm a football man, but I love boxing. Been watching it ever since ever since 1990, when my granddaddy ordered Tyson versus Buster Douglas. That was the first pay-per-view I ever seen, because my granddaddy capped up Mike Tyson so hard. Boy, you gotta watch Mike Tyson, boy. And I was all a little kid. I used to always hear about him. He was my favorite fighter, because Sugar Ray was my favorite fighter, and Hagler, and Prince Hassim Ahmed, and I had quite a few dudes I liked. Evander Holyfield, I liked him. A lot of dudes, man. Ray Mercer, because he's from right here where I'm from, in Duval. Nate Campbell, you know what I'm saying? Nate the Galaxy Warrior Campbell. That's really one of my favorite fighters of all time. He on my top 5. Because he's from right here in the Ville. You know, I pick my fighters. That's me personally. I'm a Jacksonville. Love him. So anything come out of Jacksonville, that's my favorite, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a little biased when it comes to that. But do like Nate Campbell. You know, even old fighters like Coley Wallace, man. Some of y'all probably don't know who that is, but there's a story that he would Rocky Marciano in the amateurs. Some people say that the judges cheated, but I'm trying to figure out in 1930, like, how can a judge cheat when they wouldn't even give black people nothing? They're not gonna cheat for no black man. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but you know, I'm very historian about the fighters that come from my city. You know, we're trying to get a little gym started here. All Hands Boxing. Trying to get me a promotional company started. A promotional company, hopefully, where I can pay, well, the fighters get more money than the promoters, you know. Something new, something to change the game up. Got a lot of things. And everybody who joined me on this journey, I greatly appreciate it. This is my first ever video. Maybe it wasn't the greatest, but I'll get better as time go on. Expect to see more from me, Chine, All Hands Boxing. I hope everybody have a good day, and see you in my next video. Peace.